Now we're going to have a discussion on, as you were saying,
yes,
if the most glamorous event in the world, right? The Oscars red carpet, yes. It never fails to deliver. Yes. So let's talk about the Oscars. Now, who is your money on? I have some safe bets. Renée Zellweger for Judy Garland, that performance.
Best actress.
Yes, because she's won the rest of them, so it's pretty much, I don't think there'll be any upsets.
I doubt.
Yeah. And Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Best supporting actor.
Yes, because he's had a really good award season. Yes. Those two
Quentin Tarantino is up for Best Director for that as well, for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So, but then Sam Mendes is also up for Best Director for 1917.
I think Sam Mendes is going to get it.
New York Times thinks he is as well. That's what I'm looking at now.
And then you have Bong Joon-ho.
Yes.
For Parasite.
I want to watch Parasite. It's done
which is
so
a South Korean film.
Yeah.
And it's also that film is also listed in the international feature category.
It's done so well.
Best actor, you
Joaquin
Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix again.
That's a given.
For Joker.
That's a given.
And then for Best Director, you have Sam Mendes, as you said, for 1917. Or it may probably go to the South Korean,
that would be
whose
quite
work on Parasite, is also quite impressive. But for the Best Picture, what do you think? 1917 or Joker? Or Parasite?
1917 actually has quite high rankings.
I haven't seen 1917,
but
so I don't know.
I would call on Joker for that. I would call on Joker.
Yeah.
What would you call on? Have you watched Marriage Story? Because I haven't.
I have.
Laura Dern is also.
Tell you,
she looks like she's in the win for Best Supporting Actress.
She hit it out of the park. There was one particular scene when she went into detail on how hard it is to be a woman. How the standards are completely different.
Should we tell you all about it?
Dr. Martin,
the standards
you don't know what we go through. It was so brilliant. I think it was that scene that actually got her all the awards. She said how a mother has to be perfect. I mean, they were talking about the whole acrimonious process of getting a divorce and seeking child custody. A father can be some drunken lush in a corner somewhere, but a mother must be like this model of virtue.
Perfect,
and I was like, yes, she delivered those lines.
I'm surprised that you chose Renée Zellweger as Best Actress. I thought you were going to root for Cynthia Erivo.
That's my girl. But unfortunately, I don't think she's going to get it because
Renée Zellweger,
Renée Zellweger has been killing it. But that Cynthia Erivo, I hope she gets it for Best Song because Harriet needs to get a major award. And that song that was nominated, I remember some people being outraged that why wasn't Spirit by Beyonce nominated for Lion King? I love Beyonce, but I was like, no. You need to know your mates, darling. You need to know. Cynthia Erivo is not anybody's level. No, she's not. She is my EGOT. She's amazing. But I don't think she can beat Renée Zellweger for Best Actress.
There will be no host.
Again.
Yes, again.
And, will that have any effect one way or the other? No?
No, nobody really cared last year after the Kevin Hart debacle.
Best international feature. Who would you say that's going to? Because it looks again like it's Parasite, South Korean.
Parasite.
Everybody's obsessed with Parasite.
Everyone is talking about Parasite.
I really need to watch it. Apparently, it's like taking filmmaking to a new level.
Oh, but I love this one for animated feature. And what's winning on the polls right now? Toy Story 4.
I love Toy Story.
I love Toy Story.
To infinity and beyond.
Honestly.
Are you Woody or Buzz?
Oh, I'm Buzz. I know you're Woody.
I am Woody.
Anyway, I think it's a good thing that we have a crew on the ground. Reporting the Oscars this year. Shortly, we will have to engage with them. They're on the ground. They'll probably have more details. And I guess the Oscars is coming much earlier this year.
Yes, it's usually at the end of the month.
So close to the BAFTA. I don't know how they cope. Golden Globes, BAFTA,
back to back,
one after another. But before we forget, Kirk Douglas is going to obviously have a huge tribute. Who recently passed away. He's like a huge Hollywood icon. And I hope they get Michael Douglas out to do something special for his dad. They should make it personal.
That would be
that'd be great if they get Michael Douglas to do something. Yeah, so we're going to go to LA. Our Rise team in LA that are covering the Oscars.
Deborah and Kachi waiting for us.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Well, what's the mood out there in LA? You're on the ground.
Welcome to Hollywood, technically.
What's the mood in LA as you prepare for the Oscars?
About TMing.
Yes.
The mood is good, right?
It's an incredible situation right now. You've got a mixture of hype and hustle and excitement because there are so many events, aren't there? Everyone thinks it's the Oscars, but actually there are hundreds of parties and, you know, showcases. The charities are jumping in here. Everybody is whizzing from one thing to another. Of course, we'll be doing a little bit of that too.
Absolutely. Literally, it's no sleeping here in LA. And the beautiful thing is, it's not just about the Oscars. It's the fact that, look, this is the one place where everybody is going to be. So all the issues, climate change, the list goes on, insecurity, are being brought to the forefront. So everybody's just trying to see how they can get this information out to the world and also just, you know, put it out there for people to know what's going on. But other than that, there's also lots of glitz and glam. The stores' dresses are gone, literally.
And, you know, the stars have been getting ready for this event for weeks and in months in some cases. You know, the right dress, the right tux, the right facials, the right makeup, the right jewellery. And obviously we know how that feels.
Absolutely.
You know, you have to look the part to be part of it.
We can't also forget the fact that there's also a lot of tension. Seeing as we just had the BAFTAs, so white, definitely. And then we had Prince William give that speech, and then we had the Golden Globes prior to that, the Screen Actors Guild Awards as well. And we saw a certain trend, you know, the issue of diversity still continues to come up. So there is that tension where people are like, oh, the award season this year has been very, very difficult. So what are we going to see? The Oscars, are they going to do what we expect? Or in their usual fashion, you know, surprise us? I'd like that.
You know, the interesting thing is that Cynthia Erivo is the only black person that's been nominated this year. There's a lot of talk about the fact that, you know, Jennifer Lopez should have had a nomination. You know, she and her film Hustle, it was just everyone said she was going to get it. And then there was a real shock when she didn't.
Yeah, it's a really, really crazy mood, I'll just say that. But it's an exciting one, so it's like tension and excitement combined together. Back to you guys.
That's wonderful. But Jennifer Lopez, who you just mentioned, who was snubbed for her role in Hustlers, she bought Hustlers to the Super Bowl, so she did have her moment. She is unstoppable. She was there on her pole. But what you said about Cynthia Erivo, I'd like to get your take on it. Cynthia Erivo, yes, she's the only black nominee and for a major award, and that has been such a scandal. But what do you think of that argument that it's about excellence and that the Oscars need to be blind to trying to have that tokenism and a quota system? That somebody like Cynthia Erivo, even though the Oscars is not strong on diversity, she still made it because she is that good. And that is the bar that everybody should aspire to. And that African American, Asian, other minorities should not be patronized with the quota system. What are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree. For me, I totally support diversity. I believe that there should be a diverse nomination list. You know, I would like to see the Latinas. I would like to see the Asians. For example, Offiah for The Farewell. Amazing film. Great film. Yeah, she got that nomination, or rather that win at the Golden Globe. That was amazing. I'd like to see Jennifer Lopez, Latina, embracing the culture. I'd like to see black women look down Yongo for us. I'd like to see Cynthia Erivo. However, this is the Oscars. This is the Academy Awards. It is the creme de la creme of everything film. So if we want diversity, the big question is it really an Oscar-winning film? For me, that's just it. I mean, there are lots of great movies out there, but we can't have everything. I mean, Best Picture, they had to extend the number of films allowed in that category just to accommodate more. But for other categories like Best Actress, Best Director, Best Actor, these are sacred categories that we can't just put everybody in. Not everybody can fit into that. And if we look at the list and compare with the people we want to be on the list, when we rate their performances, is it really better? Should it be there as well? A lot of people have been talking about Lupita Nyong'o in Us. Us was an amazing film. I completely agree. But then it was like a comedic horror type of movie. But it's not. It wasn't just that role we were looking for.
A lot of the people you've mentioned are women, because that's the other aspect of diversity that's been discussed a lot here. You know, this is the second year that there has not been a female director in the Best Director category. And although the amount of women nominated this year has gone up slightly, part of the issue is there's no parity there. There's a sense that out of the almost 9,000 Academy voters, most of them are white, most of them are men. So they feel that maybe that is why we get the results we get. So yes, of course, there's got to be absolute quality. This is the Oscars.
But do you think that, because while that is valid, the thing is now, the women, for example, the Greta Gerwig, for example, getting nominated for Little Women, Lulu Wang as well for Farewell. Do you think these movies are better than the movies nominated for Best Director? That's the question. Is A Little Women or A Farewell better than 1917, better than Joker, better than Bong Joon-ho's Parasite? That is the bone of contention, because I would love to see all of these amazing women get their nominations. But at the end of the day, these movies are very different. So I don't want us to get to the point where we're now being emotional. Last year, I was completely livid about the fact that it was so, the diversity was just blatant. There were so many good movies. But this is a year where there are just too many good movies out there. It's so hard to not see the fact.
I think what you have to do, though, is you have to look beyond just the movies that are getting through to the nomination stage. You have to look at where it gets made. So only less than 10% of directors are, around 10% of big films are directed by women. So, of course, their chances of getting through to those nominations are even less. Then also look at the money that has to go behind these films to get them promoted in the Oscars. It's estimated that Netflix has spent over $100 million on The Irishman and Marriage Story and its 24 nominations. So you've got to be in it to win it.
I completely agree with you. So it goes back to the root of the problem. First of all, the women aren't getting enough funds to promote these films. The women aren't getting enough money to even put out movies, direct these films, put out the kind of quality movies we're looking out for. So it goes back to the root of the issue. The women just need to get more opportunities.
You know what's great about this Oscar season? Even though in the awards we're not seeing the women outside in the events, they're holding the events. They're holding lots of high-profile events. For example, Ava DuVernay was at a fashion event a couple of days ago. So they still use this platform because they're getting more savvy.
It's definitely an issue of intersectional systems of oppression that we're looking at here in society in different ways. And it's great that we're bringing this up. Ladies, we do have to go soon. What can we expect over the next few days?
Well, first of all, we have a big thing to reveal to you.
Yes.
Tomorrow, the pair of us, we're going to an event with Joaquin Phoenix and Jane Fonda. Yes. And when I told Kachi about that, her reaction was amazing. So,
no, I have to be honest though. After Joaquin Phoenix came out at the BAFTAs and he just put himself out there, hopelessly, just expressing himself, very risky, telling the entire world that he has been part of a system that just oppresses not just women, but also the black racial minority. I fell in love with Joaquin Phoenix for me. So this was a very exciting one. But it's not just about that.
No,
it's actually going to be centered around the environment and climate change as well.
We've seen Jane Fonda and Joaquin Phoenix work together before. He joined her protest in Washington, got arrested. And tomorrow they're joining forces to use this incredible spotlight, because everybody's looking this week, to talk about climate, to talk about all the issues that they're both concerned with. And of course, we know that he's going to be wearing the same tuxedo, which we love him for.
Joaquin Phoenix has a really interesting... did you see how he curtsied to, say hello to Prince William? He has a really witty way of sending his messages across. And let's not forget that he is the one person that is poised to win Best Actor.
Deborah and Kachi, when he does, then we're going to see a real speech.
Deborah and Kachi, before we go up, would you like to make some predictions? Best Actress, Best Picture, Best Director?
Very simple.
We had a couple of disagreements, but I'm saying Best Picture will be 1917.
I'm saying Best Picture will either be 1917 or Parasite. Yeah, Bong Joon-ho's Parasite.
I think we agree on Best Actor. That's definitely
Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, Best Actor.
And
Best Actress,
definitely
Renee.
And the thing about Renee Zellweger, if she wins it playing Judy Garland never got an Oscar, so it would be amazing to see her work recognised.
And of course, Best International Feature, without a doubt. Yes, without a doubt, Best International Feature with Bong Joon-ho's Parasite, because it's been sweeping through the awards. Best Director now.
Oh, you see, I think this could be where Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino.
What about Sam Mendes?
Now,
I can tell you this. I completely disagree with that one. This is the battle. Netflix Joker. Netflix is a streaming service. They've been completely shut out of all of the awards, all the major awards. So I really don't think the Oscars are going to do something different. Joker was made on such a little budget. It's defying the entire concept.
But I don't
of
think they're going to give. I don't think they're going to give it to the director. I think if they're not going to go with Martin Scorsese, it would be Sam Mendes. We can agree on Sam Mendes.
No. Either Sam Mendes or Bong Joon-ho. That's what I'm saying. Bong Joon-ho.
Will Cynthia Erivo get her EGOT?
Best director for Roma.
I need to know. Will Cynthia Erivo get her EGOT?
That would be amazing.
That would be the best. Fingers crossed.
I have to be honest with you. That would be great if she gets this Oscar. She would officially have an Emmy, a Grammy, a Tony, and an Oscar.
She would set a record for being the best, the youngest person at 33 to have that quadruple award.
I mean, you and I know she's
But wouldn't
not
it be a
getting
great
it.
I'm rooting for her. I am
Although
so
we have
rooting.
talked about it,
love
and
her.
I think Elton John might get the song.
You know, the funny thing is, she is nominated for Best Song.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then Elton John is also nominated in that category.
Yeah.
So it's very unlikely that it will go to Cynthia Erivo. Very, very. I mean, Elton John's Rocket Man, let's be honest, compared to Bohemian Rhapsody last year that was made on Queen, Elton John was supposed to be the king of the award season, but that movie completely flopped.
But here's the thing about the awards again.
No, but what's
Elton
his
John
name got an award? Taron Egerton.
Viewing
He
party
got an acting
and
award.
raised a fortune for AIDS. Now that goes down very well with the Academy.
Yes, you see, the thing is he did, but I believe, looking at the compared to how Queen did last year.
No, you can't compare Rami Malek.
A movie that's made about such a veteran.
Yeah, you can't compare Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man.
A movie that's made about such a veteran. You know, when you talk about Queen or Elton John, you'd expect it to do so much better. But the way the movie's done, with regards to the award season, it's not really doing as good. So Taron Egerton, yes, he did. But looking at the wave Bohemian Rhapsody swept through the awards, Rocketman is quite
I think Elton John will get the song. I think for me
that
would be.
I would have loved if Beyonce was nominated for
Spirit. You see, that is a definite for me. That again was another example where she missed out.
Wait, you hope not.
That Elton John. I don't want Elton John to get the best song, and I love Elton John. I love him. As in, yes, my sisters will tell you what the song that reminds them of me is an Elton John song, but I want Cynthia Erivo to get her EGOT.
Yeah.
Can we not give this girl an EGOT?
To us, we want what we want, and they give us something else.
I'll be crushed.
Although I think if Cynthia wins, we would be cheering very loudly.
Yeah.
No, it will be. But we also know one more thing, though, that the Obamas are poised to get an award. It's very likely that they're going to be getting an award for the American Story. They might be.
Well, that'd be
it's
good.
going to be very exciting.
So then they'll have a Grammy each and then an Oscar. So they're on their way to an EGOT as well, the Obamas, if they do get this Oscar.
I love the family. I mean, I really love the Obamas. So it's, like I said, it's going to be an exciting one. But for Cynthia Erivo, I will say that I appreciate the fact that she was nominated. But I honestly doubt that this is going to be her year. But if it is, I will be beyond ecstatic.
But again, I think she's a brilliant example of,
come on.
even though she hasn't won where she's wanted to, she's used the platform to make the point about diversity and said she hopes it's going to change. She wants to be the flag bearer for things to get better.
Thank you very much, Deborah. And thank you very much, Kachi. We wish you all the best as you cover the Oscars. And we'll be in touch to get more updates from you. All the best.
And we'll keep you informed about all the events and all the parties.
Thank you.